crossing the bridge when you're at it, and how to see the obvious more clearly. Hi, how you doing? Will Perry here with another Keeping the Conversation Alive. So today it might be an obvious one, but I think it's a valuable lesson, something I've learned quite relatively recently, which is like, duh. So what's the first bridge you need to cross? As you know, the next bridge you need to cross. The first one that you need on the next step. And give you an example of that, I have on here my pathway program. This has come from the coaching group coaching call that we did on Sunday just gone, and for me it was interesting to share. So my pathway, I've got it just here. The pathway is got. I started it coming up for a year ago. It's just a month off, so it was really nice to month off ending. It's month 11, so we're kind of here, and it was really nice to kind of reflect on what's been going on, because at the start down here, I was really excited because I discovered some new things that kind of you might have heard me talk about. The mother of all beliefs. Will I fit it in there? Oh yes, the mother of all beliefs. And for me, this was a kind of a wow thing, and it really made a difference. And what I had some systems and processes, and created the pathway, and the 6-step process, all this stuff. And I was really excited about this journey. And at the start, I was like, woohoo, excited. What's a woohoo? Woohoo. Excited at the beginning for people to progress at a really good rate. And what I noticed was, well, some were engaging. It wasn't, and everyone's different. We're all different. Some were engaging at different rates. But what I found around this period is where I would expect some people to kind of do the mother of all beliefs, understand that, be going on to the next step, taking action, applying stuff, and really experiencing really cool change. And I noticed in some that wasn't happening quick enough. And I noticed that, guess what? In myself, that wasn't happening quick enough. And I saw a video, and this is where the bridge comes in. I saw a video about this guy that I follow, and it was really Alex H. Harmozy, and he was saying, so many people come to him, and what they're doing is they're solving the problem that's like way off in the future, rather than the problem that they need to solve now. That's the bridge. The problem that they need to solve now is often getting people, selling their course, selling their whatever it is, selling their products, getting sales, not gearing up for scalability. And what I found myself doing was I was scaling. I was dealing with the wrong bridge. I needed to solve that bridge later on. And the one that I needed to solve was getting more people on the course. Except that wasn't the problem, because I thought, I know that's the real problem. That's what I need to solve. But it wasn't. That wasn't the real problem. The problem that I needed to solve was actually engaging, doing everything I needed to do. So if I cut that. What I needed to do at the time, and why these people were in here not getting the results that I wanted and I designed. Because when you do something, something so well, it's difficult to explain it, because like teaching somebody how to drive that doesn't know how to drive, you go, put it in gear, it's like, what comes first, and then you have to really lay it out. So actually teaching somebody something is quite tricky. So kind of down here, down this area down here, I was noticing that people weren't progressing as quickly as I wanted to. And in this video of Alex H saying, people are, so he sees it so often, people are solving the problem for scalability. So what I had was, I had a question in my head. It's like, okay, what I want to do is go full out and put lots of energy and get the great results for people. So they're going, woohoo, wow, that's awesome. But I couldn't do that. That would be a high value to work that intensely. So the cost of that to work that intensely. So I have to cut that out a little bit and just go down to this smaller value here. And that's what I was noticing. So I was holding back. This is getting to the meat. I was holding back from that engagement, and this is what I shared with them on the weekend on the call. So I was holding back from engaging, but what I was noticing then was this area of not getting kind of the result I wanted to for them. And it was like, oh, what is it? And then I saw this Alex H thing, and it was like, oh, holy moly, exclamation mark. I'm solving the problem of scalability. I can't put this amount of effort in to get this kind of result because I'm saying, oh no, in the future, when I have 300 people on, I won't be able to give that much value to everybody. I just don't have enough time. It won't work. So I'm thinking about scratching head. How do I make it scalable? Oh yeah, I kind of reduce my time, reduce my input, and that works. But of course, the problem, solving the problem in the future, and that's what that bridge is there. That bridge there, solving the problem in the future doesn't help now. It's irrelevant now because on my current trajectory, I won't get to that because, of course, you grow your following, you grow your results by giving awesome results. And it was at that point, and it was, have you ever seen that meme? It was at that point he knew he'd fucked up. I'm sure you've seen that. I'm sure you know that Morgan Freeman one. So it's kind of around this point. It was like, oh, holy moly, this is so obvious. I'm solving the problem of the future. This one, I'm solving this problem, but it's not relevant. It's not pertinent. It's not what I need to be solving. So just don't do that. So what I did instead, and I kind of get rid of all this, is that it's like, okay, I need to be all out. Oh, wow, this is cool. I need to be all out in terms of giving the value. So what I did at that time, it was like changing, and I got more. There's a personality profile with feedback, which is very labour intensive for me, relatively speaking. And I thought, oh, that would only be the higher value stuff. But I've done that, and it's been really awesome for the group. So basically, giving the value that I can give now, whilst I have a smaller number, whilst I have a smaller demand on my time, whilst I'm not stretched, give the value now. And that might be really obvious. That might be really obvious, but it wasn't to me. I was solving the problem of the bridge too far ahead in time. Now, can you see? Does that relate to you? And not everybody will. So some people, that's so obvious that they wouldn't do that. For me, it wasn't obvious, and I was solving the wrong problem. And especially if you're somebody that likes, and that fits my personality profile, if you're somebody that likes to solve problems, then you get ahead of yourself, and especially if you're creative, and I am. So that was tricky. So what I found for the people on the course was giving this structure of this personality profile tool. It is very reliable, rugged, and using that to give the value and kind of help people see where their pathway, their low self-esteem, fits into that, and it's been awesome. Of course, it gives me more time, gives me more time input. It costs me more time, but the results are freaking awesome, and that's been a really valuable lesson to me in terms of solving the bridge problem, because that problem wasn't the problem that I needed to be solving. The problem that I needed to be solving was getting the maximum, getting the maximum value, pressing the wrong button, getting too excited, giving the maximum value for people at that time. And can you see where that's relevant? So if you're in business, if you're providing a service, do you, or in anything really, are you getting stuck on solving the wrong problem, where the problem that you really need to solve or is not the problem that you're solving. So the problem I needed to solve was how to get these people through, and have this area be just ramping up and ramping up and up. So when we get to this area here, which is where we are, it's like, well, this is like just awesome results, and we're a little bit behind because I was holding back. I was holding myself back, even though my intuition was going, oh, I need to do more. Why is it going to say I need to do more? The video has gone a bit slow. Sorry about that. So hindsight is a wonderful thing, is it not? But I was sharing this with the group, and they were really engaged with it, and was saying absolutely the value that they're getting now is palpable, and they were feeding back on the results that we were getting. They were feeding back on the experience of that. So I just thought I'd share that with you in terms of cross the bridge that you're at, because we spend so much time, some of us, not all of us, I hope you're not this person, but if you're spending loads of time and energy on the future, notice what it's costing you in the now. Because for me to sit back and see kind of my new baby in this first year, see where it wasn't growing, see where it wasn't, I'm being distracted now because it's gone slight delay on that. Sorry about that on the video. I think it's because of that. So to notice what was slowing it down, that I was slowing it down with my own perceived solution being the wrong solution. Can you see where you're doing that? If you're doing that in your business, in whatever it is, solve the problem now. So my invitation is to you is to focus on what you need to do now, and maybe a tool for that is that I've used, and it's in our pathway, but ironically, but no, not ironically, because it is really useful. But if you're solving the wrong problem, that doesn't help you. So having a yearly planning tool that goes from the plan to the first quarter, or to the end quarter, to then the next quarter, then the next quarter, and then the month, and then what do you need to do weekly in order to get to that. That's a lot of input, but if you've actually got everything lined up right, it works really well for you. But I didn't see what I didn't see. I can't, you don't know what you don't know. And when I saw that video, it was like, oh, holy moly, I'm solving the wrong problem. I'm trying to cross the wrong bridge. Can you see that for yourself? And maybe this is a good time of year to reflect on that. Can you see where that's useful for you? Let me know. Engage with me on this one. Give me a comment if you can relate to this. Many thanks. I hope that's of interest to you and interesting. What bridge do you need to cross first? All right. Speak to you soon. Bye bye.